In 2021, the hottest trend was quick commerce. You want Maggie for a lazy Sunday morning breakfast? It will be there at your doorstep in 10 minutes. Unexpected guests arrive. Want biscuit and coke? Just in 10 minutes. 10 minutes delivery was the new holy grail for companies. There was a new marketing playbook that had emerged over the last year. If you can somehow get your brand or product on these quick commerce platforms, you would be successful. So many small brands became successful overnight in the last 1 year. The quick commerce market in India is experiencing rapid growth, with predictions for 2025 indicating a market size of $5.38 billion. All this happened in just 4 to 5 years. The market is mainly captured by Blinkit, Zepto, and Swiggy Instamart. We have seen reports on many companies entering this market, Amazon being the latest one with their Amazon Now. But over the past few years, we have seen many companies fail as well, like Ola Dash, Dunzo, which shut down earlier this year. Even Reliance had to shut down their JioMart Express. What went wrong for these companies? And moreover, what went right for Blinkit and Zepto? You see, many quick commerce companies started in the US like Fridge No More, Bike, and Joker, and this model was later copied by these Indian brands. But all of them failed miserably in US. So why did this quick commerce market fail in the West but succeed here in India? Or is this just a bubble waiting to burst? Quick commerce is the third generation of retail, after traditional physical stores and e-commerce. This quick commerce model is completely based on speed. While traditional e-commerce took 2 to 3 days to deliver, quick commerce is delivering in just 10 to 20 minutes. In our fast-paced lives, no one wants to wait for 2 or 3 days to receive an item. Quick commerce tapped into our desire for instant gratification. No more standing in lines, no more waiting for days for groceries. Just a few taps and it's at your door.
So, is this the end of quick commerce?
Unlike e-commerce large centralized warehouse, quick commerce operates on a hyper-local model of dark stores, which are small local warehouse placed within 1.5 to 4 kilometers in every neighborhood, which enables those lightning fast deliveries. While e-commerce gives you a huge selection of products, quick commerce focuses on a smaller, hand-picked range of high-demand items like groceries, snacks, personal care, and last-minute essentials. This makes shopping faster and easier when you need something urgently. The pandemic definitely accelerated this. During lockdowns, we all started depending on doorstep deliveries, and now we just expect things to arrive immediately. Studies show that more and more people prefer shopping online first because of convenience and our desire for instant gratification. Quick commerce doesn't just help consumers, it also creates a lot of jobs, especially for delivery riders and warehouse staff. It has boosted the gig economy. For example, in India, quick commerce employs 62 to 64 people for every crore of monthly sales, while regular e-commerce only hires about 25 to 29 people for the same amount. But when you look past all this and the convenience, there's one question that comes to mind. Can this business model really last? Because in the US, this model has a very different story. Quick commerce companies either shut down or pulled out of the US market, losing millions. There are basically two big differences between India and the US market. And one of the key reasons why quick commerce failed in the US was high labor costs. In the US, delivery riders make about $15 to $25 per hour. But in India, riders are around 30 to 40 rupees per delivery, which is approximately $0.5. This keeps costs low and makes the quick commerce model work better here. Let's say you're ordering vegetables for 100 rupees. In the US, they had to pay about 300 to 400 rupees as delivery charges. But here in India, you're just paying 20 to 30 rupees. Plus, Americans were first introduced to the concept of supermarkets before quick commerce arrived. So they had already gotten into the habit of bulk purchase and never required anything in 10 to 20 minutes. But here in India, we went directly from local retail to quick commerce. It's the exact same buying pattern, but without you having to travel to your nearby kirana store. Quick commerce in India solved for convenience. The second main reason is population density. In Indian cities like Mumbai or Delhi, you have got thousands of people packed into every neighborhood. That means a single delivery rider can drop off dozens of orders within a few blocks. But in most US cities, homes and apartments are more spread out. A driver might burn more time and gas going between deliveries. That makes these hyperlocal deliveries networks way more expensive to run there compared to India. Now, don't get me wrong here. India's quick commerce scene isn't perfect either. Yes, it's working better than in the US, but we have got our own challenges to deal with. Competition and margin pressure. Everyone's fighting for the same customers. And what shoppers want keeps changing overnight. The market is becoming saturated with players like Blinkit, Zepto, Swiggy Instamart, and even e-commerce giants like Amazon and Flipkart have entered the scene. When this many players compete, prices get slashed to win customers and profits take a hit. These companies are already operating on razor thin margins, and now they're forcing to spend huge money on ads and discounts just to stay in the game. Profitability and sustainable unit economics. Now, some companies like Zepto say they are doing better by getting customers to spend more and streamlining their operations. But here's the reality. Most of these companies still aren't actually profitable. Right now, the average order value is around 400 to 500 rupees per order. But companies want you to spend more, so they give discounts if your order crosses 1000 rupees. Because whether they deliver a 400 rupees or 1000 rupees order, their costs like delivery and advertising doesn't change. So when you spend more, they actually make money. Expansion beyond tier 1. Quick commerce might not work as well in smaller cities. In places like Mumbai or Delhi, you have got tons of people ordering multiple times a week. But in tier 2 or tier 3 cities, fewer people use these apps and they don't order often. This could strain unit economics, limiting the scope of market expansion. Expectations versus operational strain. Customers have now been used to the quick and reliable delivery every time. And the companies have also increased their SKUs. This means more different order types, which equals to complex operations. Higher volumes means more chances of delay. And one late delivery makes customer unhappy, and they shift their loyalty and start ordering from another app. So, is it the end of the road for quick commerce? Will it go the way of many failed instant startups? The answer isn't simple yes or no, especially in India. India's quick commerce market is projected to reach around $11 billion by 2030, growing at a CAGR of 15.54%, which is almost double the projected growth of India's overall e-commerce market. It's also expected to command 40 to 50% of India's online grocery market in the near future, up from 10% currently. The high population density, lower labor costs, lower rental costs for dark stores give India structural advantage. Companies are adapting to these challenges. They're doubling down on metro cities first. Instead of rushing into smaller towns, they're trying to get more business from each city household. They're also getting smarter about what they sell. It's not just groceries anymore. Now you can order cosmetics, electronics, even gold coins during Diwali. This makes people spend more per order. Big e-commerce players are adding semi-quick delivery options, while quick commerce apps are expanding their product range. To me, this looks less like a failure and more like the industry is evolving into a hybrid approach that might actually work for long term. But not everyone is convinced. Some experts like Gopal Srinivasan, chairman of TVS Capital Funds, call it a passing fad that may not survive long term. And honestly, when you look at how Dunzo recently shut down, you've got to wonder if he's got a point. So, quick commerce in India isn't dying, but it's undergoing a brutal stress test. We are seeing a change from growth at any cost strategy to a more sustainable approach towards the future. It looks like there will be just 2 or 3 brands standing. The same thing happened in food deliveries as well. There were so many players who started out, but today we only have Zomato and Swiggy. It looks like something similar might happen in the quick commerce space. The key will be achieving profitability, diversifying offerings, and maybe finding a sweet spot between instant and quickish delivery, rather than promising 10-minute delivery for every item. These companies have proved we love convenience, but now they need to prove they can actually run a sustainable business. The next few years will show whether the instant delivery becomes something we can't live without, or just another idea that looked great but couldn't handle the tough Indian market. What do you think? Is quick commerce here to stay, or is it a bubble waiting to burst? Share your thoughts in the comments below. If you found this case study insightful, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel for more such content. See you in the next one.